True Believers. It's your old pal Spider-Man. Good morning, Kadre. Good morning, everybody out there. I'm going to do a couple things today. First of all, we are continuing on with our samples. I have a sample of Saponificio Veracino Stella Alpina. I've got it pressed into my lather bowl here. So that is a soap we're going to use today. Got the matching aftershave sample, of course. And also got another a new razor to play with. On loan from me, we've got a pass going on right now that was started by John the Monkey. And GVW755 contributed this razor also to the pass. This is a Kai Captain clone, which I have been comparing to my CJB razor. And my CJB weighs 40 grams, the Kai Captain clone weighs 43 grams, so slightly heavier, but very, very similar in shape, head geometry, very, very similar. To me, they look about the same. There's a little bit more blade sticking out of my CJB than the Kai clone. So really, aside from a few differences in the handle, where the Kai has a little bit of a ridge right here to help grip, and this one doesn't, and aside from some minor differences in the shape of the handle, really these two razors appear to be about the same. So I don't know. The CJB has kind of always stood out on its own, and nobody's ever mentioned it being, that I'm aware of, like a clone of anything else, but maybe this is also a clone of the Kai Captain. I'm not sure. But we're going to be using this one today, at least for the with the grain pass, and we'll see about subsequent passes. But I'm going to go ahead and get to the lather on this soap. Again, going through all my SV samples, this one is in the same vein scent-wise as everything else has been. Like if you like one, you like them all, I guess. But I don't understand why there's not more variation in the scents. Now, one thing I was noticing, I went through all of their soaps, copied down all of the notes, like top notes, middle notes, base notes, and as I was going through typing them up, they all had like very similar notes. Like nothing really stood out to me as being completely different from everything else from a note standpoint. You know, obviously they all had different notes, but you know, there were 2 or 3 notes, sometimes even more notes in common between several of them. And again, this one just is kind of in that same vein. I don't know. So this is Stella Alpina, which when you translate that out, it translates to Edelweiss. So the top notes are lemon, bergamot, basil. And again, it's just really super blended. Like I don't get any notes sticking out. Middle notes: cistus, myrtle, eucalyptus, base, cypress, and amber. It smells good. Again, just pleasant, just nondescript. This one, I guess this one is a little bit more back to the cologne-y side, more similar to the first few that I tried, and not like the Dolomiti that I tried yesterday. So I know since we're going with a straight razor type, I'm gonna want to try to get this as slick as possible. So excuse me, add some more water here. just wish one of these would just come out and grab me and say, hey, this smells awesome. Nothing has. All right, so yeah, right off the bat, this thing is not nearly as easy to hold as my CJB. Like I said, the CJB has this little ridge here, which your thumb rests in, nice and easy, doesn't want to slip. Even though the back edge is rounded, it's flat enough on top that my fingers rest on top of there and don't really want to roll. This one is less flat on top. There is sort of a flat spot right here, but not really for your thumb to go. But where my fingers are resting on top, they kind of want to roll. So this one I feel like is going to be less stable in my hand than the CJB. Just trying to look and see if there's any other. So that's one thing that I thought when I was feeling it. I didn't really pick up on this before, but the CJB is actually a bit longer. The Kai clone stops a little bit early, which I was noticing that my finger is like on the very back edge of this, whereas in the on my grip for the CJB it isn't. So definitely CJB is more comfortable than this grip wise. Now there is I may just alter my grip, I don't know. There is a little bit of a ridge on the actual metal part itself, so maybe altering your grip more like this rather than like this is the way to go for at least for stability. It's a bit more stable that way. It's not as comfortable for me to hold it that way, but maybe this is gonna be a more stable way to hold it. But we're gonna give that a go. John did include some Feather Pro blades for the pass, and that's what I normally use in my Feather type razors, whether they be shavettes or single edge. The Feather Pros have always been the cheapest of all the Artist Club type blades, and usually I find them on sale. So I've got a small stockpile. I've got a few packs of them. I really do want to get some of the Schick Pro lines. I tried one out that was included with a previous pass, but I don't really remember how it worked compared to the feathers. So my face is already dried out after the first pass. Which has been pretty common with the SV soaps, just not being slick, not having residual slickness. I just don't get it. shave wise, this Kai clone has been pretty comfortable. I think for the sake of keeping the video short and avoiding some irritation and blood on my part, I'm just going to switch to a DE right now, because I'm much better with the just with the grain passes with straights right now than I am with the across the grain. I'm out of practice with them and haven't really built up the muscle memory yet, so I think I'm just going to do the one pass and switch to the DE for the rest of the shave. And it'll go by much quicker that way too. But that first pass was really good, really close. I can tell right now doing the second pass with the DE that first pass was closer than my first pass would have been with the DE, because I don't feel as much stubble and as much resistance on this pass than I normally do. I did get a little teeny weeper right there, so I knew getting a little nick on the first pass wasn't probably going to bode well for my second, so just bypass that. Again, this scent is just very, very similar to the other ones, to the 70th, to the Cosmo, Opuntia. I'm not saying they smell the same, but man, they are close. They just smell similar. And then because of that, I mean, it does smell good, but it's very nondescript. Like I can't really describe the scent in any way, and I can't say, oh, this one is more woody or this one's more fruity than the other ones. They're just, nothing jumps out. I just don't understand that about these soaps. I just love to hear somebody else that uses these soaps comment about the different scents, and if they think there's much of a difference between them, or if their interpretation is similar to mine about them being close in scent. I know Nurse Dave was comparing like the 70th to Opuntia and said that 70th was good, but Opuntia was just amazing. But are they similar? Alright, I do feel a little bit of rawness from the blade, which is pretty common for me, for shaves with the Feather Pros. I would like to eventually try out some of the other feathers and see if they agree with my face a little better. I get good shaves, it's just a little rough feeling. And like I said, I got a little weeper there, and that's not uncommon when I'm trying those out. Probably just need to develop my technique a little bit better. Anyways, okay, Stella Alpina aftershave. Usually just cut these open with a little pair of scissors just to, there's a little notch to tear them with, but I just cut them just to make sure it's clean and straight open. I don't know, the aftershaves do have more of a difference in scent than the soaps do. But still, like, nothing grabs me. Nothing sticks out. Is this the one that Chad said smells like tumbleweed? The Stella Alpina? There's kind of a weird woody, maybe it's a cypress. There's kind of a weird woody, but not strong woody like, it is like, maybe it is the cypress. It is kind of like a bamboo woody kind of smell. In a more subdued way, I do kind of like this one slightly better than some of the other ones. But like I said, it's more subdued, not a very bright scent. But I don't know, kind of like it, kind of unsure. But that's the shave for the day. Video went a little long. Next one probably will as well, because part of the pass as well is this razor, which is the one that John, the monkey, included. And this is a clone of the Feather SS, which I have right here. And so next shave, likely, we will be comparing these two razors. And we'll see you guys on the forums, www.theshavingcadre.com. Come check us out.